Whoa.
Can you wave? Oh, look at this. Riker. Sorry, Jen?
That one kind of looks like a cat.
Those spots. I'm gonna stay here forever because it's nice and shady.
Do it. Yeah!
That's when they dive to get the food in the bottom.
Okay, now this thing is empty.
So we should go throw it out now, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, look, we found a thing. Oh, we should also tie your shoe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoe. Fish. Hi, little guy. How are you? Living your best life. Wait, what actually is it? Like, is it a monkey or something?
What do you think about that starfish?
It's a pretty good starfish. I named him Jerry.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Wait, you should make him. Wait. Hello, welcome to the tour. First, we got this clamshell. You can climb in the clamshell. It's pretty cool.
Okay.
Next, we got this bath sponge. Do you want to use this in the shower?
I do, actually.
Well, you have to.
I have to. Well, I'm glad that I wanted to then.
And this is the moon jellyfish. It's pretty hot. Don't touch it.
Oh, let me try it.
No.
Ow, the pain.
Don't blame me.
Okay.
Anyways.
Oh, you missed the tapeworm.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. I just don't really like it. Anyways, this is the tapeworm. Pork tapeworm. Don't eat it though. And
Okay.
it might say pork in it, but it's not.
It's not pork. There's no pork was used in making this tapeworm?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the chambered. A lot of people touch the back of this, so that's why it's gold in it. So yeah, you can touch it if you want. It's in the shade. The heck? There's nothing for the tapeworm, earthworm, lobster, and beetle.
Well, I mean, yeah, the tapeworm's back there, but the earthworm is the next one.
This is the earthworm. You can feel it. It's a lot. Sorry about that. Sorry for the inconvenience, but part 2. Okay, this is the earthworm. It's pretty nice. Everyone has touched it. Because they must really like earthworms. Next, we got an emperor scorpion. This probably would sting you if you touched it like this, but it's a statue, so you can touch it. Do you want to touch it, cameraman?
Yeah. Ow, 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 ow.
What?
You tricked me.
Fine. be that way. Then we got grr. Anyways, American lobster. You can touch it. A lot of people have touched the back.
Are any of these we can't touch?
No, you can touch all of them.
Oh, okay. I'm just checking.
Yeah, they're just statues. Next we got the beetle.
Wow.
Now, this would probably hurt. I mean, it does hurt a little, but just like you can touch it.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. This is the rhino beetle, by the way. Can you read with your fingers? No, I cannot. This is Sunstar. Sunstar. This one, we don't know why it was built like this, but you know. Yeah, but they're both starfish. You can touch it. Next, we got the northern pike. I think this is a fish. I'm not sure.
I think it's a bird. What do you think?
Let me see. Kind of looks like a bird, but also kind of looks like a fish.
It's a fish.
Kind of looks like a bird, though.
Especially with its big tail on the back.
Oh, these are leaves. I thought they were like...
Feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny how this one's got the leaves around it, or like this.
I thought it was like
seaweed,
feathers.
I guess a couple other ones have it. Like you can see the
Yeah.
wood
Anyways,
stick.
this is a fish. I was confused. This is a fish. You can...
I was trying to
Pet
joke that it was a bird, and then you believed me. I led you astray.
Look. This is the... Oh, wait, we forgot this one. No, come back. Cameraman. Leopard frog. This is a frog. You can pet it. Now we're moving on to the alligator. Where is the... Is there a sign for this? Well, I can't find a sign anywhere, but this is probably an American alligator or crocodile. I don't know. I can't tell the difference. You can touch its snout without it biting your hand off.
That's nice.
Next, we got a great horned owl. And
He looks pretty great to me.
this is a horned orangutan. This is an orangutan.
Looks like Daddy.
Don't talk about my dad like that, cameraman.
Okay.
You can hold its hand if you wanted to.
With the wrong hand, because I'm holding the other one with the camera.
Yeah. You can just hug it if you want to.
Okay.
And the last one we have for this part today is a giant tortoise shell. You know what you could do? Film me, cameraman. You can do this. You can become the tortoise.
You are the tortoise now.
Yeah. Anyways, this is the exit. I hope you enjoyed your visit. Also, before this thing ends, I just want to say I'm not actually a zookeeper or
Oh, you led
worker.
us astray.
Yeah. I'm actually just a random person. Goodbye. I'm just gonna look around for a bit. Luckily I made it. Let me just climb up this branch right here. Yes, this is perfect. Oh man.
Oh my!
Dang.
I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, jeez.
Dang it. Dang it. I fell. I'm gonna try again. Okay? I'm doing great. I can do it. I believe in myself. I'm doing it. I'm such a great climber. Here I am. I'm at the top. Oh my.
Can't see him now because of the glare from the screen.
I'm here.
Was that good?
Yes.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well, what do you want, humans? I am trying to be an emu. Let me be an emu in peace. I'll stare at you. Harley, they just won't leave us alone. Yeah, I know. I'm just standing here. The lady has a so dumb. What are you doing? What is that? What? Why? Why are you even pointing at us? I don't know. Sarah, come look over there. Sarah, I'm kind of itchy. Oh, I'm gonna look around. There's something. There's something there. Oh. Stare at you. Stop it. Stop it.
I don't know if they come over it this way as much as they do on the side there. Here he comes again.
Hi, Flappy.
He's coming over for some more love.
We should move.
We should move. Where are we moving to? Okay.
There's another one over there. Hi, how are you? Stingrays are cool.
I really like them. They're really cool.
You coming back?
Yeah, he's like, I didn't get enough the first time around. I had to circle back.
Oh, there's another one. Hi.
We are going.
So the first animal that we are going to be looking at is going to be here on the left-hand side. We're not going to get a full frontal view of this exhibit just because we would run into some construction. But if you look through the break in the trees here, kind of on the right-hand side, you're going to see a couple of our Maasai giraffe. Now we have 3 Maasai giraffe here, 2 females, 1 male. And the African savanna exhibit that we're seeing here is the largest at about 4.5 acres. We do also have our Thompson's gazelle hanging out back there as well. Those guys are a small species of animal that is surprisingly Africa's second fastest land animal. They are running at about 50-ish miles an hour, 45, 50. The only predator that is fashion then is of course going to be the cheetah. But cheetahs are not super successful hunters because the Thompson Gazelle is incredibly agile. They can turn on a dime, and the cheetah is not that agile, so oftentimes they only catch their prey about 30% of the time. But here on the left-hand side, we are passing by our Grevy's zebra exhibit. Now, I'm not seeing her right now. She could be hanging out on the backside of that hill. A lot of our animals, when their keepers come by, get super interested and want to go check them out. Actually, she's hanging out here in this grass patch as we keep going forward. Now, if you look at her stripes, you're going to notice they're very thin and kind of super compact all along her body. That's going to be a unique characteristic of only the Grevy zebra. The other two zebras, the mountain and the plain zebra, their stripes are going to be pretty wide and spaced out all along their body, and their stripes are actually going to wrap around their belly as well. The Grevy zebra stripes don't reach their belly. They kind of just hang out on the sides. Now, here on the right-hand side, we're going to be passing by one of our primate islands that we have here on the lake. That one houses our black and white ruffed lemurs. Now, it is okay if we don't see them right now. They are very good at hiding, but they look like skunks with long black tails and are one of the larger species of lemurs. They can be about 3 feet from nose to tail. We are going to pass by another species of lemur just up ahead on the right-hand side, but we can already see our flamingos here on the left.
Flamingos.
Kind of hanging out in this group over here.
A lot of them.
Now these guys are called greater flamingos, not because they're better than the other species, but because they are significantly larger. Full grown, they can be about 5 feet tall. And as we keep going forward, you're going to notice a couple of them are still gray. So those guys are chicks. You can see kind of towards that back area. Those 3 are chicks that hatch at the end of July. So they are pretty much full grown. They are going to grow just slightly more and not very fast. But they do get almost full grown in just a couple of weeks after being hatched. And it does take a couple of years for that pink coloration to fully come in. They have to eat a lot of this stuff called beta-carotene, which is a pigment that is found in their food. And like I said, it can take a while for it to really kick in their system. But on the right-hand side, we're passing that red ruffed lemur island, and you can see some of them kind of curled up in the trees or along their night house. They've got a really beautiful dark red coat and a long black tail as well. For those guys you might hear chatter throughout the day, they are incredibly loud. It sounds like a fight is breaking out between them. But I promise they are just naturally that loud and chaotic. There are over 100 different species of lemurs found in Madagascar, and so if they want to communicate to one another or be heard, then they have to be loud. Now coming up just ahead of us, we're looking at our dromedary camel rides. Dromedary is a species of camel with only 1 hump on their back. The Bactrian camels, those guys are the ones with 2 humps on their back. Now, a lot of people think that they store water in that hump, kind of like a water bottle, but that is not the case. They actually store a source of fat, and will use that in place of food and water when they're going on really long journeys, or just don't have immediate access to food and water for an extended period of time. Now, camels are actually pretty cool. During dust storms, they can close every hole on their face, their eyes, their ears, nose, and mouth, so that no dust really gets in their face.
It's another snack place.
And as we leave our Africa trail and head into our tropics trail, we're going to notice we might smell the next animal before we see them. Coming up here on the left-hand side is going to be our maned wolves. Now these guys are pretty unique animals. They look like foxes, they are called wolves, and they smell like skunks.
Oh
they
yeah,
are not
you can smell them.
animals. These guys
Yeah.
are their own separate species of canine.
Yeah, that's really strong.
Oh yeah, you can smell them as we keep going forward. So these guys also have a very unique sound. It's called the roar bark. It sounds like a lion roaring and a dog barking at the same time. They don't do it too often, but when you do hear it, it is really incredible. They have these really long legs that help them see over tall grasses of South America, and then they do also have really large ears to help them hear their prey. These guys typically prey on small mammals, so in order to hear their small movements, they do have to have really good hearing. Now here on the right-hand side, we are passing by Monkey Village. This is where we have our common squirrel monkey walkthrough exhibit, where you can go in with the common squirrel monkeys and kind of see them up close. They are only about 2 pounds full grown, so they're a very small species of monkey. But they are omnivorous just like we are, so they love to eat fruits and veggies, but they do also require protein in their diet. We will give them protein, biscuits, but they are natural foragers. So they will look for bugs and lizards, and if they're really feeling up for it, they'll even catch a bird. Now, keeping with the monkey theme here on the right-hand side, if you look in that top right corner, we are going to be passing by our black howler monkey. Now, if she were to come out into the sun a little bit more, we would see that her fur is actually brown, not black like it says in their name. That's because they are given their name for the males. When they're born, both males and females are born brown like that, and then only the males develop that jet black fur as they come into maturity. Now, coming up on the right-hand side, we're going to be passing by something that looks like a small ostrich. These guys are called the greater rheas. They are the South American relative of the ostrich, and they are also a part of that flightless bird family called the ratites. Now, greater rheas are pretty incredible. During mating season, the female's only job is to lay the egg. After that, it's the male's job to take over. He will lay on the egg, hatch the egg, and even raise that chick all the way into maturity. And he will even take in abandoned or orphan chicks, and he can raise up to 30 at a time if he really feels like it. But even before the egg is laid, the male will spend time and hours building up to 15 different nests for one female to lay her egg in.
Yeah, that was the tree rubbing up against the top of the thing.
Here on the right-hand side, we're going to be passing by our Chilean flamingos. This is our second flamboyant. And yes, the technical term for a group of flamingos is called a flamboyant. You can kind of see them hanging out towards the back of their exhibit near that shaded spot. Now, if we had good eyes and paid attention to the colors of the flamingos, we're going to notice that these guys are a little bit brighter in a different part of their body. And that has everything to do with the fact that they are native to a different part of the world. Now, nobody really knows why this occurs. Nothing blends in with bright pink in any part of the world. But flamingos don't have a ton of natural predators to begin with. So, they don't really have to worry about that too much. They do tend to live in areas so salty not a lot of other animals could survive out there. Now, coming up on the right-hand side, we're passing by the Forest of Uco Trail. This is one giant lift that starts and ends right at this fountain coming up here soon. So it doesn't matter what side you choose to start this trail on, you're still going to get to the safe areas.
What do you want?
This is where you're going to find a lot of the animals native to the rainforests of South America. So we've got these smaller ones like our creepy crawly insects and our different types of snakes and poison dirt frogs and all that fun stuff. And you're going to get into the larger animals like our scarlet macaws, our black-handed spider monkeys, and our Andean bear that sits right in the middle of this big loop. And the Indian bear is also known as the spectacled bear. As we pass by this glass display here on the right-hand side, you can kind of see a close-up photo of one. You can see why they're called that. Because of those markings around their eyes, makes it look like they are wearing really big glasses. And the cool thing about those markings is just like the zebra stripes and our fingerprints know too are going to be the exact same. And they will actually fade over time. So you can kind of see how old the bear is based off of those markings. They are also nicknamed the monkey in a bear suit because of how much they love to climb trees. They will actually climb their favorite fruit tree, wait for it to ripen, and then be the first ones to grab it when it does. Now here on the left-hand side, if we look through the chain link fence, we can see something that looks like a javelina to my Southwest natives. These guys are called the Chicoan peccaries. They are the South American relative of the javelina.
I see him.
Yep.
And although they look like really wiry pigs, they're actually not related to pigs at all. Their closest relative is actually going to be the hippo, surprisingly.
Oh, weird.
That's not to say that they are super related, but it is the closest living thing to them. Now on the left-hand side, we are passing by our Galapagos tortoises.
Oh, yeah.
These guys are the largest of the giant tortoise species. I know it's kind of hard to believe looking at our little ladies here, but our male Elvis, who's in one of the other yards, is over 500 pounds. And he is in his late 60s or early 70s.
Wow.
Our Galapagos tortoises can get up to about 800 pounds, so Elvis still has quite some time to grow still. We don't exactly know how old these guys typically live for, but we do know the oldest living tortoise on record is currently 190 years old. So
Wow.
he's still got a lot of life left still to go. On the left-hand side, we are passing Harmony Farm. This is where we have our domesticated farm animals like our chickens, our cows, and our petting zoo is down there as well with our goats.
This is where we went, yeah. Yeah.
And then coming up on the right-hand side, we are going to be passing by our Asian elephant exhibit. Now, I'm not seeing our girl Indu out right now. She could be in the back getting some husbandry done for the day. Now, husbandry is something all of our animals get here at the Phoenix Zoo. It is pretty was just a visual health check the keepers perform to make sure there's no new bumps, bruises, scratches, or anything like that. But because Indu is on the older side, she actually has really good foot care that the keepers will perform on her. Because bad foot care is actually the leading cause of death for elephants in captivity. So when Indu goes back, she will actually get hydrotherapy on her feet with a pressurized hose, just to make sure her feet get nice and massaged. She will occasionally get Epsom salt foot soaks as well, and any abscess is taken off. On the left-hand side coming up, we are passing by our jaguar exhibit. I'm not seeing our girl, and I believe our male is still going to be hanging out towards the back corner of his exhibit. You can kind of see him walking around as he goes back and forth. His keeper might be hanging out back there. The jaguars are the third largest big cat, right behind lions and tigers. And their jaw force is incredibly strong. They can crush a bowling ball easy peasy. That only takes about 1,000 psi for a bowling ball to crush, whereas the jaguar's jaw force is about 1,500 psi. Coming up here on the right-hand side, we're passing by our greater one-horned rhino exhibit. They are also known as the Indian rhino. I'm not seeing our boy out right now. He could be hanging out either in the pool or also in the back getting some daily husbandry done for the day. But these guys, if we take a look at these photos that we're going to pass by earlier, or now, he looks like he's got a suit of armor on, which in the wild, it definitely does act as another layer of protection, especially if he were to get into an altercation with another male or any other predators. But here it kind of just makes him look cool. It's not made out of anything super fun. It's really just extra skin folds. And a lot of people think that their horns are made out of ivory, which is not the case. It is actually made out of keratin, the same stuff as our hair and our fingernails. And just like our hair and fingernails have to be maintained and groomed,
Here's our fan.
so does that horn. So they will actually rub their horn on different objects and surfaces to help keep it groomed. And so that's actually one of the reasons they have that iconic horn shape. On the left-hand side, this winding path will get you down to the children's trail. That's where we have more animals like our wallabies. We've got our emus down there as well as our tamarins, which are a small species.
There's our
of monkey.
skulls, yep.
And our two-toed sloth Fernando hangs out down there as well. Now in this glass display case here on the right-hand side, swinging back to elephants really quick, are some replica elephant skulls and a replica elephant tooth. Now elephant teeth are so large they do only have 4 in their mouth at a time. They have 2 on top and 2 on bottom. Now most animals will lose their teeth in one piece and kind of out from the top. Elephants' teeth are not like that. They will lose them kind of like a conveyor belt. So the new teeth will push the old teeth forward, and those old teeth will actually kind of fall out in segments. Elephants do get 6 sets of teeth throughout their entire life, so when one is ready to fall out, there's always going to be one ready to replace it. Now coming up on the right-hand side, we're going to be passing by our Sumatran tiger exhibit. Let's see where our cat is at now. Now these guys are the smallest of the tiger subspecies, typically maxing out at about 250 pounds. And that's normally the males. The females are going to be a little bit smaller than that. We have 2 Sumatran tigers here at the feeding zoo. We've got our female Joanne, who typically hangs out on this side, and our male Raja, who hangs out on the other side. But they also could be getting some daily husbandry, or I wouldn't be surprised if Joanne was just hiding from us, because she is surprisingly really good at that. But these guys are also semi-aquatic, which means that they have webbing between their toes. They are excellent swimmers, which you wouldn't think a tiger is such a good swimmer, but these guys come from an island. So when they're hunting, if they feel they're going to have an advantage while they're hunting, they'll actually try to chase their prey into the water and then try to outswim them and have a better chance of catching them there. Another surprisingly good swimmer here on the right-hand side are our Komodo dragons. Now we have 2 of them, McLeod our male and Jojo our female.
Komodo dragons? We haven't
Komodo
gotten there
dragons are the largest of the lizard species. They can be about 8 to 10 feet full grown, and they will often swim island to island when they're hunting, using that tail kind of like a propeller, the same way an alligator would. Now as we keep going forward, if we look over our shoulder here at this 3rd and final primate island, this is where we have our buff-cheeked gibbons. Now just like the black howler monkey, the female is going to have that brown fur and the male is going to have that black fur. The only difference is that these guys are not monkeys. A lot of people think they are because they're really little, they kind of swing, corner of that green little structure over there. That's their night house. And the easiest way, if you wanted to quiz yourself today, if you're confused whether it's a monkey or an ape, just look for a tail. Kind of like our common squirrel monkeys have tails, but apes do not have tails. Kind of like, obviously, these guys here, and then our orangutans as well. Now, coming up here on the left-hand side, we are going to be passing by our endangered species carousel and this pathway coming up on the left-hand side. That will get you back to the front of the zoo as well as to the Arizona Trail and to Stingray Bay. Stingray Bay is where you can feed some of our cow-nosed stingrays. Don't worry, they will not sting you. They do get their barbs trimmed every couple of months, but there is a good chance that you will get splashed. They are very social and very playful animals. And then on the Arizona Trail, we have a lot of the animals native to the southwest. We've got our Mexican gray wolves, mountain lions, bobcats, and all 13 native species of rattlesnake found in Arizona. Alrighty guys, now just wait till I come to a complete stop. Just double check, make sure you have everything you came on board with, phones, wallets, keys, and children. Feel free to come up if you have any questions at all. And thank you so much for riding with me today.